بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Welcome today to our this international webinar that will be about the uses of artificial intelligence in medical education. We are very delighted to have our colleague, Dr. Hassanein Zafar from the International Medical University, Malaysia, to be with us in this webinar. Dr. Hassanein Zafar is the Senior Manager, E-Learning with International Medical University. In his role, he leads the e-learning team there. He is an instructional design, graphic design, and multimedia design. He has more than 25 years experience, hands-on experience with implementation of e-learning technology, enhancing e-learning in higher educations. We are very proud to have the Vice Chancellor of the Medical and Health College Affairs, University of Sharjah, Professor Qutaiba Hamid. And we would like to invite Prof. Qutaiba Hamid to welcome Dr. Hassanein and the speakers from the University of Sharjah and the others international university. Welcome, Professor Qutaiba Hamid.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. I'd like to virtually welcome you all to the University of Sharjah and hope that next probably meeting will be face-to-face. I'd like particularly to welcome our international guest speaker, Dr. Hassanein, and our local speakers here in this very timely sort of workshop that discuss what we call, the future of our medical education and our practice. Artificial intelligence, when I hear it, sometimes I say I am very glad that I did not practice it when I was young, and then now I suffer from it. And then I suffer from, first, you have to understand what is artificial intelligence, and after you understand it, you can see this a good thing from it, but also we are suffering from our students with a lot of things that we have to deal that, has really going to change our way of teaching, our way of assessing our students. But this is the future, and I'm glad that Mata has really organized this one, because I've been receiving always those sort of letters, particularly from Dr. Hajjaj and other people, that we have to introduce artificial intelligence in our curriculum. But as anything new, I am older than a lot of you. I've seen whenever something new comes, people get excited about it, which is true. But also we have to be very careful and understand what does that mean? How does that could be implemented in our system? How will it be helpful to us? I'm sure it will. And what is the advantage and disadvantages of really applying artificial intelligence into our system? This is the future, and our University of Sharjah is really looking for a future of innovation in teaching and in practice. And I'm sure that we will really learn a lot from this one. Just for people who are outside our university, the University of Sharjah is 25 years old, with the medical campus 15 years old, but we have done very well in the sort of ranking. The College of Medicine and the Health Sciences, we have ranked recently internationally as 175. But that's not, I don't believe a lot of ranking, but just to tell you that there is a lot of interest in making our education innovative and match what our future students. The students of today are quite different from students of when I was young. And also the patient of today and the way we practice medicine is completely different. Research has become a major part of and then actually the use of artificial intelligence in research is certainly something that we have to discuss. And interdisciplinary sort of education and practice, that we do not want to work in isolation and work with people who really understand that better than us. So I don't want to take more of your time. I will leave the time for our speakers. But again, thank you all for being there. Thank you for our speakers. And I look forward to this sort of workshop, and maybe from Dr. Taha, a small report to see how can we really advance what, are there any recommendations from there to really involve that in our practice, in our curriculum. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very good meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Qutaiba Hamid, for introduction and welcoming. And also, we'd like to extend our thanks and appreciation to you for all support that you provide to us, to the Medical Education Center and the colleagues in our campus, and for your guidance. I'd like to ask Dr. Hassanein to start the webinars. Again, please, I'd like to remind everyone to mute him or herself. We have, and we will keep the discussion at the end of the webinar. We have with us chat moderator in Zoom. So if you have any questions, you can either write your questions or ask the questions directly at the end of the webinar. Welcome, Dr. Hassanein.
Okay. Thank you, first of all, University of Sharjah and Dr. Qutaiba Hamid and Dr. Muhammad Hassan Taha. It's a great pleasure that you have invited, and as Prof was highlighting, it's the right time, like high time to discuss about AI, artificial intelligence, or new technologies, and how health or medical education, in fact, AI is not new to me. Actually, if I recall, when I was doing my master's from University of Science Malaysia about 20 years ago, we covered almost 2 or 3 subjects. I still remember natural language processing was there, expert system was there, neural networks was there, and massive parallel machine was there. So when we were studying all these topics, I was a bit upset, like what I'm going to get job out of these subjects. But I'm happy, and I'm very, very, excited to see that after 20 years, now the applications which we were testing in the lab before 20 years, now everybody can access and feel it, and can see the word they use, actually magic of AI, But let's start, and please feel free to put in a chat. My sound is clear. Can you see the slide? Yes or no? Okay, thumbs up. That's great. Perfect, perfect. Thanks for the feedback. So let's move on. The topic is artificial intelligence in medical education. And let's try explore for next 1.5 hours. And feel free to put in the chat your questions or your suggestions. So let's move on. The agenda or menu of today's workshop is I will introduce you to AI, what it is, very simple, low level, and then we'll move on sharing the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning. Okay, so all these terminologies we will, by end of this session, you will familiarize, and then I will be sharing some applications. How we could apply these algorithms into medical education or into healthcare. And don't forget about natural language processing. And for last, I would say 1 month, first time I tried ChatGPT was in November last year, and it actually goes viral. Now everybody is talking about ChatGPT. ChatGPT is actually using natural language processing. And then at the end, we will have a dedicated session for Q&A. But feel free to, if you have any burning question, post in the chat, and I will be keeping an eye. And I think I heard there is a chat moderator also, so he will be actually highlighting and all that, right? So let's move on. Now, can you scan this QR code? And what I want you to type in, anything comes into your mind when somebody asks you about AI, artificial intelligence. So you can type multiple times, no issues in that. And if you got issue to access this Slido or QR code, then you could type in slido.com and the code is 1342533. Okay, deep learning, yes. Sorry, my voice is, I don't know, lately, you know. Okay, robot, yes. Quick assessment, yes, you're right. Machine learning also. I don't know, 134 is what that's. Excuse me for that. Okay, easy knowledge. Future of everything, wow. We yet to reach that level, okay? I will be sharing, yeah, prediction, of course. Artificial intelligence can predict, but all depends on how strongly you feed the data to your algorithm. So prediction is tracking out, that's good. Computer assisted, of course, losing jobs. Oh, whoever posted that, don't worry. AI is yet to replace human level intelligence. That's why we still carry the word artificial, okay? So our jobs will remain, but someone who knows how to use AI will replace us, not AI. So, or maybe we could have actually different scope of our jobs, you know. Replacing faculty, wow, okay. Memory recall, sustainability, new technology, sport to non-artificial. Won't replace anyone. It will still need us to maintain and teach. Yes, of course. So I can give a few more seconds. So those who just join in, just key in slido.com and key is there 1342533. So, okay, the future, prediction, technology, and computer assisted. So I will not close this poll and I will just move forward. If you join in and you want to participate, please feel free to key in any keywords, pop-ups in your mind. Okay, so let me share with you, when we talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning is there, of course, and it's actually a subset of artificial intelligence. Then artificial intelligence is actually sometimes uses neural networks, and natural language processing is there. So the top logo, I think by now everyone knows that, right? This logo or icon is actually for, anyone knows? ChatGPT or OpenAI, right? So we will cover all this in our webinar. And if you want to get a free gift, then you can scan this QR code. Let me go back. Yeah. So you will get all slides of my all previous talks and workshops. I think it's my SlideShare account. Okay. So let's move on. We as a human, how we learn, okay? So we always getting information from our surroundings, you know, our environment, and we try to feed in or all this information is captured using our sensory memory, okay? And after that, we try to, sometimes it's incidental or sometimes intentional that we want to learn something and we look around, you know. Then we'll move this information to working memory and we try to keep on updating it, sorting it, storing it, activating it. And if we could get the core knowledge of something, you will have fun in even learning more about that particular topic. So from working memory, we'll move to long-term, you know, retention. And that's where we come in and we try to abstract knowledge, do procedural knowledge or declarative knowledge. So based on the facts and information we receive from our surrounding, this is how humans learn or we learn, right? And then the cognitive process comes in and we remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate. And at the end of the day, there will be some change in our behavior based on all this cycle or this information. If we learn something, there must be something we will be doing differently, you know, right? Now, let's move on. How we learn, pattern recognition. So this is very important and based on our experience. So these two words, right? Pattern recognition and experience. Now, I'm just bringing back you. Your mother, our mothers actually know when we are sad, and they even know what makes us cheerful, you know. So if I go and meet my mother, and mother will ask me like, you know, how are you feeling? And I said, oh, I'm down, I'm feeling sad, you know. So what she will do, based on her past experience, she's the one who's actually taking care of us from the childhood and up till now. So when that would be her response, she will be bringing up something to eat, some food, you know, the food we like. Okay, why? Because she knows that's a pattern in her mind, that if my son is sad, what makes him or her cheerful, you know. So she will bring in that. So this is how in real life. So let's move on. How we learn, once again, pattern recognition and based on our experience, right? Now, I think most of you are familiar with Siri, right? Do you know what is Siri? Siri is a voice assistant in iOS and similar to Alexa. So now, if you could ask, this is now moving to artificial intelligence, okay? But still, these applications are learning. Now, if you go and ask Siri, play a song, I'm feeling sad now, so play a song. So what Siri will do, again, pattern recognition and based on the experience. So Siri will do what? This is on my maybes. Now Siri is trying to act as like your mother, you know, just now in previous scenario. So Siri will do all the songs which I have played. Siri have the access list, number of times and all that. And you see, these are all singers actually, those who don't know the names and all that. So I have played Rahat Fateh Ali Khan 20 times, and out of these 20 different songs, Siri will try to identify which song is going to cheer me up, which will be my favorite song, and Siri will play that. So this is how artificial intelligence is coming in a simple example. If you ask me, most of applications or hardware or machines we are using now, there is some kind of artificial intelligence embedded inside it. Okay, that is for sure. Without artificial intelligence now, traffic will not go, people will not use. So artificial intelligence is kind of a by default feature in applications or even in machines. Okay, so let me share with you the basic ingredients for artificial intelligence. Big data. We need to have huge amount of data to make our algorithms learn, extract pattern from this amount of data. Then we need an algorithm. Algorithm is step-by-step instructions, and we need computing power to process all this big data with smart, intelligent algorithm. And machine learning is there to help us and learn. As we move, we use more of this data. Data will be refined, and machine learning will actually learn from this data. And pattern recognition. So these are the basic or ingredients for AI, right? There are many more. So I'm just trying to make things simple for all of you. Hope so far everything clear, right? Let me see in the chat. Okay, all clear, right? So let's move on. How AI works. So I just repeat again, the first step is data input. Now this data could be in the form of speech, text, image, or even context, or even sometimes the results of your previous experience. You could feed into AI. Then second stage is data processing, where algorithms come in. They apply certain rules. They even clean up certain noises in the data. Then move on, applying like algorithm and finding whether the algorithm and data whether predict or lead us to some kind of solution or not. If yes, then we move on to assessment number 4, analyze that results. And if we could discover what we want, perfect. If not, then we give feedback again, and it goes back number 5, the 5th stage, where we will try to do adjustment in our algorithm and rules, and even sometimes feedback the outcomes. And this process will repeat several times until unless we find a solution. Okay. So once again, it seems like very simple, but it's not that simple. We human or scientists took, I think, 7 decades to reach where we are now. If I recall, 1950, this AI terms was coined in 1950. Okay, so 7 decades we are here now. Okay, and yet to reach at I would say is still weak AI algorithms if we categorize according to AI categories. Okay, so let's move on. Now, just sharing with you the similarities or comparison between AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, versus deep learning. So the bigger circle or the bigger part of the cake is actually artificial intelligence. Now, what is artificial intelligence? It's actually mimicking human intelligence. We yet to reach that level to even replace human. Then machine learning is actually subset of AI, where we try to extract pattern from data and try to analyze that data and extract the pattern. And that's how we use machine learning to learn patterns. That's all. Now move on to deep learning is actually subset of machine learning, where we incorporate or apply neural networks to learn patterns from the data. So it's slightly opposite, okay? So I will show you in the next slides how to differentiate, but focus on AI first and machine learning, right? Deep learning can be a dedicated subset given to AI algorithm, and it could specialize or experts in certain functions or functionalities. Okay, now machine learning. Here, just give you example like we have some kind of an image, and that is a car, right? And we need feature extraction manually by the experts. So experts is feeding to our algorithm and classifying, help that algorithm to classify whether this is a car or not. So after you do the training part, then machine learning can do on their own. And that's where the deep learning starts. Like you give input, which will extract the feature and classify it also. Is it car or not? So output can give whether this is a car or not, and even could classify or categorize, like, is this a normal sedan car or multi-purpose vehicle, or, you know, like a Jeep or something like that. So that's how you train your algorithm. That is machine learning. Then in deep learning, it could even produce slightly more results, you know, which you never train that algorithm, you know. So this is the beauty of this artificial intelligence. Now, where we are now, we categorize that as narrow AI, okay? Or and in narrow AI, you could actually have goal-oriented, natural language processing, even computer vision, you know. Like you could, I will share with you some applications where you could feed in radiographic images and algorithm could detect. Early detection or diagnostic can be done with the help of computer vision. Then predefined parameters, constraints, context, single task. Like the moment you try talk to your phone or navigate from one place to another place. So that application is actually expert or for train on how to find shortest distance between 2 points. So this is how we could train those algorithms, you know, and applications. Now, here again, narrow or weak on your left side here. Okay, so build for highly focused set of tasks. Like for example, chess playing algorithm. So computer applications can play chess with you. Digital smart food assistant, just now I was telling you, self-driving cars. We are still at this narrow, and this is where we are now, okay? Now, the other category is called general AI. I think we need another minimum 40 years to reach at this level, But I think if you have watched these movies, you could see the application of general AI in movies yet to be in our real life, okay? Like human-like AI seen in movie Her, So yet to reach that level, okay? And then the third category is super AI. Super AI is something like in Terminator movie, okay? Or even more, like can replace human beings. So we are maybe 100 years away from that. So AI don't need to be afraid of, not going to replace us. We are still smarter than AI, okay? Yes, let me check anything in the chat. Okay. Now, application of AI, let me pick facial recognition. I think in our institution during COVID, everybody have to scan, the facial recognition, and the pressure was measured and it could recognize. The smart way is, the smart thing is like even I'm wearing mask and even sometimes cap, it could recognize. Disease detection, yes. Natural language processing, you could do that. And I'll be showing later part of my presentation where ChatGPT could actually assist us. Personalized tutor. So under natural language processing, you could make that chat enabled by AI as a personal tutor. I will show you some of the examples. Google search is example of a AI application, okay? It actually learn. And you can try same keywords, ask your friends, sit together on two different machines and make sure those machines are your own machines, like you are using those machines, because Google will profile you. You use the same keyword, the result come from Google will be different what I see and what my friend will see. So that's how it actually do some kind of personalized search result. Navigation, I gave you already example. Now, I'm just giving another example where artificial intelligence can be used in public health, like epidemiology for tracking disease by using data driven from social media. That is how they are reading all the data provided by social media and can detect early detection of epidemiology tracking of disease via this social media. And even one of the case where social media predicted who will be the winner of the election in one of the country, So just imagine, based on that social media data and discussion and pattern evolved from that data, even AI algorithm behind could predict. And actually whatever they predicted, the result was almost same. Now, cloud AI, AI could actually chat and help doctor and patient select optimal surgical approach. And I will show you the same question I asked to ChatGPT. I will show you how ChatGPT actually assisted me. Like, let's say, for example, a total hip arthroplasty. So how we could actually suggest this optimal surgical approach, and we can ask AI to suggest us. I will be demonstrating that in later stage, Now, surgical decisions making can be enhanced and improved if we use AI. So there is a research in JAMA Surgery where artificial intelligence and surgical decision making, where they found that surgeons with AI assisted or AI help, they could actually do more reliable and effective decision making. Okay. AI could be applied or assist radiologist, because one AI application can scan maybe 50,000 images in a day, but one radiologist can watch and can even, diagnose the image. It took maybe one day, maybe 15 maximum images, or maybe maximum 50 if you're really super, hardworking, But with the help of AI, large amount of images could be scanned, and they could actually evolve the pattern and can match and assist. This is an example of a CT scan. So if you look at it, go back just now in the slide. Okay, Meena Hassan, just hold on. I will be suggesting you AI online course. Right. So this is a raw images, right? So if you recall the steps I shared how AI works. So in this case, input is our images. So if you are going to give raw image to AI algorithm, it will take longer time to reach to the level and learn from raw images. So what they suggest, if you notice here, the senior radiologists actually marking the points where normally they have to pay attention. So if you feed in this human radiologist marked or labeled or annotated images to AI, you will get very fast result, and our machine learning will take place very fast based on these annotations. And after you train with maybe in certain companies, they train their AI algorithm with 30,000 images with these annotations. And after they have trained that algorithm and then they give the raw images, 90% accuracy when they apply to artificial algorithms, raw images, okay? So hopefully it's clear. If you provide a raw image, it takes longer time for AI to learn and reach to expertise level. But if you are giving images with these kind of annotations, machine learning will take place fast, and your algorithm will be smarter in a short term. And then you could feed in raw file and you could detect. Here it detects the heat in the cell and try to diagnose, like, how stroke can happen or even traumatic brain injury. So it learns this pattern, and sometimes in by naked eye, it's difficult to identify, but with this kind of images, an AI algorithm could detect early. You could go and search Imperial College of London or even this Biomedica. You could actually get all details. And I have shared actually YouTube video also at the bottom, right? Now, histopathology also another area where AI could actually perform or enhance our detection, early detection, because looking at this cell or microscopic level, it could even detect the pixel of a very small dot in this image. And it could compare those pattern of pixels between image provided by a patient or provided by a normal person. So it could detect, it could vary that, and can suggest and help to identify early diagnostic or of disease. Similarly, here is actually lung cancer, where you could feed in the images with some kind of areas where experts need to pay attention, or where there are some abnormalities, and that could actually learn by the AI algorithm. Okay. And if you want to know more detail, you could actually Google or search this article where they have used AI in detection of early lung cancer. Okay, here is another example where 99% accuracy is detecting in breast metastasis by AI model. So it could actually detect early, okay. Here I'm sharing a video. So what I would like you to pay attention, because it will be in Chinese language, but pay attention in a subtitle at the bottom. And what they did, they actually compare medical doctors who are senior surgeons and all experts versus an AI algorithm. So same set of data given to both AI and surgeons, experts, and ask them to diagnose. So you just see the result, okay? And let's watch.
每一个病人在做头肿瘤检查的时候，他有这么多的序列。你看，这视状位，这视状位 T1 假见相，这横断面的 T1 假见相，这是大脑半球。
啊，那个也是。
对，大脑它是不同的序列。上面那个。
对，
就这个。
对
啊，这是不同的序列。它不是记忆这个肿瘤，是提取特征。那么他学习完了以后呢，当有新个瘤子给他的时候，他就看他这个特征和那个新来的瘤子去比对，像哪种瘤子，他就做出一个诊断。
Identification of new syndromes and treatments. So I
它不制造疲劳，它稳定。这个工具给临床换来的作用，可能是过去历史上其他工具所提供不了的。所以我也希望通过这场比赛，让更多的临床医生和更多的百姓伸出双臂去拥抱人工智能。
So you notice already AI-based diagnostic was 87% accuracy versus experts were just having 65, 67%. So this is how they have actually asked them in 2 rounds, like kind of a competition. Okay, now just sharing with you some of the AI applications where Google helped and worked closely with DeepMind, another company. And it's an AI-based solution where algorithm outperform all human radiologists, and the performance was 11% more accurate than normal or expert radiologists. So this is some of the examples where you could actually search. The link is down there if you want to know more, newwin.net, from where they have actually mentioned all details. Now here another example of application where it extract data from natural talk or conversation between physician and a patient. And all this talk, like the way I'm talking now, but I'm using mic. So if you could apply an AI application, it will start recording or listening to patient and physician conversation, and it will extract all that conversation and convert it into a proper medical notes in real time. So this is a good example of AI-based natural language processing solution. And if you want to know more, I need to disclaim here, I am not getting any share from these companies. It's just some of the experts have recommended top AI companies to keep track of. So I just picked 5 of them and show you here. So you can go and explore, try the free one, and if you like it, then you could actually go and purchase or subscribe to their paid version of the applications. Okay, another application which will do apply machine learning, natural language processing, and even deep learning model. What it does, it actually do the predictive analytics also, and it's kind of AI assistant, aid doctors and patients to make data-driven decision. So, for example, like congestive heart failure, liver cancer, ALS, renal failure, or orthopedic surgery, all these kind of categories, they have actually feed into this algorithm, and algorithm could suggest them what would be the appropriate procedure or surgery in these categories, and result was great. Now, this is very interesting application. It will record, or it will actually suggest our frontliners, like our emergency staff, when they receive a call from in an emergency situation where patient or person is collapsed and the daughter or wife is calling emergency. So whatever conversation is between that patient or family member of patient and our emergency staff will be listened by this application. And from that conversation, and even background noise, it could detect, pick the keywords, and what they suggest, like it's kind of a speak with an expert, but actually behind there will be someone monitoring all this, what is suggested by this AI, and will suggest to the family member of the patient what to do. Most of the time, this application, whatever they suggested is actually accurate. And even for a human being, it takes 3-4 questions further to diagnose what is the situation. This AI-enabled application could detect 3-4 questions before. So in emergency situation, seconds or time matters, So this AI-enabled application could detect few minutes early. Like for example, based on that scenario, there is a cardiac arrest. So immediately they will guide the health emergency or frontliner what to suggest. Okay. Do try. There is a demo version there on the website. So do scan this QR code and you could try that. Right. Then here, what it does, it actually interpret medical images. So in milliseconds. Okay. So what they have done, they have trained this algorithm with 30,000 images of certain disease, and then it could assist radiologists and can detect 21% faster. And this is how, like, even it could detect the lung nodules 18 months before biopsy. So that's how it could actually assist radiologists to predict early. Okay, another application where deep learning AI powered platform and is faster radiology image examination. Okay, here they use actually AI, and I think COVID or during pandemic, the application of these AI drug discovery and design applications were, everybody actually experienced it. So what it does, it actually apply neural networks and deep learning for structure-based drug design. And it could actually faster the delivery of medicine or drug. And even they were saying, like, personalize the drug based on your genome structure. Right. It would be unfair if I mention IBM or IBM Watson, although they have sold all this solution. I think they were a bit early, if you ask me. This is my personal opinion, okay? That they have sold to some other companies and they have done all this natural language processing, medical image analysis, predictive analysis. And Watson was their super machine, supercomputer, which was trained on medical data, and it could actually pass MBBS exams and all that, clinical decision support system, and even they have produced chatbot and virtual assistants also. So let's move on, and let me share with you 5 AI promises, and this is a video. Let's watch.
Hi, this is Dr. Bertalan Meskó, the medical futurist, and in today's video,
oops, sorry.
I want to tackle the most important topic when it comes to the future of medicine: artificial intelligence. Let me give you 5 quick examples. 1. AI will mine medical records. The most obvious application of AI in healthcare is data management. Collecting, classifying, and tracing huge datasets of already available medical information is the first step in revolutionizing the existing healthcare systems. Number 2, AI will design treatment plans. It will be able to analyze those datasets and combine them with attributes from a patient's file to identify potential treatment plans. Number 3, AI will create precision medicine. Classical medical practice puts large groups of people in their focus and tries to develop clinical solutions, drugs, or treatment plans based on the needs of the statistically average person. Number 4, AI will revolutionize drug creation. Speaking of drugs, pharmaceuticals through clinical trials take sometimes more than a decade and cost billions of dollars. AI could immensely speed up this process while making it a lot more cost-effective. Number 5, health assistance and medication management. The AI Cure app.
I just saw someone could not hear. Is that true? How about others? Can you hear just now?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, so those who cannot hear, please rejoin and make sure you click to the sound, join sound with the computer or with your phone. So let's play that.
Hi, This is Dr. Bertalan-Meskó, the medical futurist, and in today's video, I want to tackle the most important topic when it comes to the future of medicine: artificial intelligence. Let me give you 5 quick examples. 1. AI will mine medical records. The most obvious application of AI in healthcare is data management. Collecting, classifying, and tracing huge datasets of already available medical information is the first step in revolutionizing the existing healthcare systems. Number 2. AI will design treatment plans. It will be able to analyze those datasets and combine them with attributes from a patient's file to identify potential treatment plans. Number 3. AI will create precision medicine. Classical medical practice puts large groups of people in their focus and tries to develop clinical solutions, drugs, or treatment plans based on the needs of the statistically average person. Number 4. AI will revolutionize drug creation. Speaking of drugs, pharmaceuticals through clinical trials take sometimes more than a decade and cost billions of dollars. AI could immensely speed up this process while making it a lot more cost-effective. Number 5. Health assistance and medication management. The AI Cure app, supported by the National Institutes of Health, uses a smartphone's webcam and AI to autonomously confirm whether patients are taking their medications, or with better terms, supporting them to make sure they know how to manage their condition. Of course, all this might sound too good to be true. Whenever you hear about AI, it's either getting hyped up or people try to scare you to death. And even if we don't have to worry about the Terminator, it seems a very valid worry that if the mighty AI can be even half of what it promises to be, our lives and jobs will change significantly. But let me reassure you, AI is not here to replace physicians. Instead, it's going to be the stethoscope of the 21st century. Today we have reached a level of medical knowledge where no doctor can have a grip on all 31 million medical papers out there. But AI will assist them. It will help them analyze medical data, create precision medicine, offer information about possible treatment plans and clinical trials, and so on. Those who fear that with autonomous tools, machines and algorithms, the art in medicine will disappear, can be reassured that it won't be the case. When an AI algorithm finds the cure but cannot explain how it did that, this task will be waiting for medical professionals. AI will bring the real era of the art of medicine. But we need to be ready. AI is going to be here faster than we can prepare for it. We need regulations, guidance, and education.
Okay, so I think he also said that AI not going to replace us. Right. So before we apply, there are some challenges also, like, for example, ethical challenges. And I have shared the link to Dr. Mohammed Taha. Can you just share with all, and then you could actually watch the complete video because I just shortened it to 3 minutes.
Inshallah.
Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Taha. Okay, so ethical challenges are there, So for example, we are going to blame if an algorithm, AI-based algorithm, diagnose wrongly or suggest something by mistake. So still we can't blame AI, right? So there must be doctors who should take this authority or this signing off, AI could suggest, but doctors or surgeons or experts need to verify. And when they will verify, yes, they will be responsible, ethically. So this is how we have to solve these issues. A lot of governments, they are working on how we are going to address this issue. There are a lot of misconceptions, lot. Like just now also in the question also, AI can do everything. No, AI cannot do everything, right? Unless we get all those huge data sets and run for so many, sorry, I am just reading some chat messages. Okay, like run for so many years, then only we could train algorithm which can answer anything. Okay, and overhyping it because of some of the business investors, and it will not be promising, They will just talk. So let's see, as I told you, it took us 7 decades to reach where we are. Okay, 1950, this term was coined in, and we are now here where we have chatbot, which we can ask. Okay, to suggest, I would suggest even to convert all this, and all medical institutions should have at least 1 or 2 short courses, where we could include introduction or introductory level, where just talk about AI, how AI could impact medicine or healthcare, basic understanding, and more on hands-on or practical, aspects of AI. But make sure non-IT audience, like most of us are non-IT background. So it's easier. I always said to a lot of my colleagues here at IMU also, a doctor can learn technology faster, but a technologist, if you ask them to learn medicine, it will take long journey, So it's easier. You have the subject knowledge. It's easy to pick up this tool or this technology and apply in your own domain. And it will change, it will enhance your work, your results. So advantages of AI to practice medicine, and we should highlight the potential risk once we apply these technologies, okay? These are just some of the content, right? And to answer some of your questions, just now someone was asking any online course. So luckily, IMU, we have a micro-credential course, which is Introduction to Data Engineering, Application to Healthcare. We do cover certain topics or subjects, which just now I mentioned in this micro-credential of 2 credit hours. So I can share the QR code, you can scan, or just search IMU ICL, Center for Lifelong Learning, and you could have micro-credential course there. And you don't need to come, it's actually remotely, you could complete this course. Sorry, I'm just promoting my micro-credential course. Hope it's helpful, okay? Let's move on. Another short course content could be, and thanks to Prof. Shahid, he actually rectify all these outcomes. Use of AI in personalized learning, how we could apply AI. And I can show you some examples in later slides. Integrate AI with diagnosis and treatment planning. Development of virtual patient simulation. You will be amazed, like you treat yourself as a doctor and let's chat with ChatGPT, and you will be amazed the way it start answering your questions, and even it could detect what you should be asking me as a patient. So apply AI in predictive analytics, apply data visualization. That's very important, because we need data coder or data visualizers to feed in AI for interpretation, and define role of AI in research and drug discovery. I think Prof. Koteba also was highlighting how we could apply AI in research. And to your shock, I use ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can actually write articles, There is another platform also, Elicit, which I forget to add in my slide. It can even give references also, and it could do literature review very, very fast. Like I remember when I was doing my PhD, it took months to aggregate all the papers, and it was in hundreds, and then reading all those papers, then summarizing it, and then extracting the keywords. All this can be done by AI. Then define role of AI in research, then recognizing in ethical concerns, and how AI could play a role in medical education, right? So what AI can do? Yes, just to recall again, we can have machine learning where we have predictive analytics, deep learning. Then in speech, we have text to speech. Siri was example, right? Where voice converted to text, speech to text, right? The other way around. Or you can actually type in and it could convert it into a voice, right? And there are some platforms where you type in grammatically wrong sentences, but the voice it produces will grammatically correct, okay? So this is how it works, like on natural language processing and all that. Image recognition, machine vision. A lot of developed countries, they have, you can see maybe in your country also, at the traffic lights, there are cameras. And the moment you cross the red light, the camera will capture the number plate of your car. It could convert that image into number and then immediately alert the traffic police, and the next junction you may be stopped, you know. So this is how it works. But still they are not perfect, like when we have the way algorithm works, one-to-one matching is perfect. Or when one to many also, but when many to many is a challenging task. I give you example. You can take a picture of a crowd and then ask AI to identify Hasnain from that image, you know. That will be challenging unless you can have multiple angle of images, then AI could actually work on that. Then natural language processing, and that's where it's taking the lead. This category of artificial intelligence, ChatGPT is one of the example. Then we have expert system, timetabling, scheduling, all that can be done by AI. Robotics, okay? So they are also coming up, and intelligent robots can clean, avoid detection of all the objects, and can clean your house, you know. So even can cook and even can taste nowadays, robotics, right? So let's move on, and this is where our focus will be the next slides. Language model. So most of natural language processing, they develop large language models. And if you could see all these circles, ChatGPT is here. So there are bigger applications, more bigger than ChatGPT in the market, but it's not available for public, you know. ChatGPT is actually available. I'm not sure, for yesterday night, I was trying, it still say the server is down because of load. But if you are already enrolled or registered for ChatGPT, you could still access, because on one of the machine I can still access. So there are still bigger applications available in the market, but you need to pay, okay? Like all this blue color is actually from Google. But sad part, yesterday Google have tried and the result was not that promising. So, and Google share fell down, you know, like few percent. Okay, Google AI in 2019, Google joined with medical researcher to train its deep learning algorithm, okay, and detect lung cancer and CT scans, performing as well as or better than trained radiologists in this case, and could achieve over 94% accuracy. And in 2021, Google rolled out a diagnostic AI for skin condition on a smartphone. So it can detect your skin using, nowadays, most of the smart devices, they are having at least very high megapixel camera, you know. So you could actually take the picture and use that app, and it could detect early detection, you know, and then you could send that result to your specialist, and it could actually diagnose further, you know. Okay, in 2022, Google announced that it licensed AI research prototype to iCAD. That's another company which actually do innovative medical equipment, but it moves on and apply AI research model in detecting early breast cancer, you know, screening and all that. Now, OpenAI, it is open source, which was working on a lot of AI applications, but ChatGPT is the hit. And the moment they announced ChatGPT, Microsoft actually joined venture and fund millions of dollars to, and now I think they have integrated with Bing, their search engine. So OpenAI, their first product was Midjourney. So I'm not sure how many of you even heard about Midjourney or use Midjourney. Anyone? Just put in the chat, yes, no, yes, yes. Okay, that's great. So that's very powerful platform. You know, you tell your story, type in as much you can, and this AI-based image generator will generate an image based on your choice of words in your feeling expression. And the cool thing is you could re-intensify it could produce multiple version of the image, you know, like in my e-learning department, graphic designers, you know, or instructional designers, whenever we ask them to produce something, they will have 2-3 version of the product. And then we'll say, okay, I like this, but I like certain things in that model. You could do the same thing at the end of, you could merge all those versions and enhance the image. And the cool thing is, all those images produced by this AI-based image generator is no copyright, copy free. So you could use them, okay? So try this, but you need to install Discord to use this, because Discord is another platform where you can run Midjourney. Okay, thanks for the feedback. I think Shaista and Dr. Masuma, I think they are the one who use that Midjourney. Perfect. Now, let me tell you why there's lot of talk about ChatGPT. It took ChatGPT 5 days to reach to 1 million users. And now they are exceeding more than 100 million users within months. And if you compare Netflix, it took them 3.5 years. And your famous Instagram took 2.5 months to reach to 1 million subscribers or users. Okay, so those who yet to try ChatGPT, again, disclaimer, is free. I will not get any commission to try. And that is the best application so far I have experienced when it comes to natural language processing or application of artificial intelligence. Okay, now ChatGPT, what I did actually answering internal medicine case. So I got this case, I copied this case from maybe USMLE exam or internal medicine. There are case files which normally people who want to do certification, they practice using this. So I copied this case and give to ChatGPT. Now see what ChatGPT answers. Almost same what was mentioned in that case file. Okay, so you could read maybe how complicated the case you type in. It took maybe few minutes to get to the answer, to mine the data set ChatGPT have, try to link, and how this natural language processing works based on the statistic or analytics or predictive data they have. What would be the next word? I'm just reading message. Yeah, how to download? No need to download ChatGPT. Just go to OpenAI and search for ChatGPT. But most of the time the server is loaded with traffic. So if you are lucky enough, you could get, and I will show you how it will be. Just wait for a while. Okay, so this is how it actually predicts and gives the suggestion. Now let's move on to another case. Okay, I want everybody to go and read this article. What it does, it actually Google Research and DeepMind, two companies, and look at the authors and scientists work and contribute. What they did, they encode clinical knowledge based on 5 databases, medical databases like MedQA, MedNCQA, PubMed QA, and few others. They extract all that data and feed into this algorithm. And then at the end of this paper, you will find some cases which they have actually tried on this Google or AI-based, algorithm. So what I did, I actually copied the same cases and I say, let's test ChatGPT. Okay. So what I did, I copied the first case, and in this case, you see they have given the options also for a chatbot to pick or suggest, and 95% or more than 95% data was accurate, or result was accurate, because I counter check with the article just now in previous slide I shared. Okay, so let's move on. Another case I copied from the article and give to ChatGPT and ask him to suggest. And there is a lot of more explanation because I just screenshot one screen. So it actually explains why it picks that particular option and what would be the drawback of picking other options, So that's the beauty of this ChatGPT and how AI could assist us. Now, I think some of you could read even clinical documentation. So what I did, I asked him to suggest a clinical documentation for a patient with mild cough. So first time in English, then I say, okay, no, I want in Arabic. So there might be chances or challenges, certain words may not be accurate, okay? Like I was comparing because I know a bit Arabic, like Ismail Maris, there was also patient name, and then it gives you bracket, like you can write in, that would be how you could standardize your documentation. And a lot of things were great, like the way it copied, and then I tried in other languages also, amazing. This is our Malaysian or Malay language, Bahasa Malaysia, where amazing. It actually copied and all that. Bato is actually cuff, which actually copied and it gives long. So this is how the natural language processing, it is a multilingual. So it could be, if anyone wants to learn any language, just go and chat with ChatGPT, okay? So you could actually learn faster. So it's like personalized tutor for you. Okay, so let's move on. What I did, the question in one of my slide, what would be your suggestion to do this total hip arthroplasty? And it gives me suggestions. And suggestions were even further more down, but I actually just screenshot to show you. Amazing. And if you ask why this, or out of these options, which one is accurate or which one is more appropriate, it can even further elaborate. The only limitation I would say, I think they are working on it, there is no references, from where they are getting all this info, we don't know. But I think in the paid version of ChatGPT, you could get the references also, because as a surgeon, you need to know authenticate also this information, whether it's accurate or not, from a reliable source or not. Now, what I did, I actually asked, just now you gave me a surgical approach for the total hip, I think, hip arthroplasty. Can you give me a rubric how I can, as an educator or examiner, mark that process? So you could see it actually started giving me these points, and I want to test further this ChatGPT. What I did, I asked him, can you give me the rubric in table form? Okay. And just now I showed you before this webinar that sometimes the point system is not that accurate, because good is 4, which is like half of this. So it should be like 1 point here. So that you could do. But what I mean, like it actually can assist us as educators. And similar is like two-edged sword, okay? Same, if you give this kind of questions, students might use and can, give us answers, right? So assignment, no more a valid assessment tool, okay? Let's move on. Take over, right? So it will never take over. Okay, I again repeat, technology will never take over. So there is another quote, tools is just a mean to reach to destination, okay? It's not a destination. So a tool with a full, will still remain full, okay? But tool, if you smartly use that, you could enhance your intelligence, okay? So your intelligence, human intelligence, and artificial intelligence could complement, okay? Now, if you want to know how to use ChatGPT, you can go to my YouTube channel, and I have actually done, this is an old screenshot. My latest video is on ChatGPT. I think a few weeks ago I did it. So you could actually go and see how it could actually work, right? And before that, if you want me to share how ChatGPT works, Dr. Mohammed Taha, how much time we left? I think we still have a few minutes.
We have, yes, we can have maybe around 20 minutes.
Oh,
and then
that's
we will
great.
open the discussion, yes.
Okay, so let me share, because I log into my other, my account other is Hasnan Notebook, Hasnan Zafar Notebook. So can you allow me to share screen, and then I can show you how ChatGPT works? Okay, just I'm waiting. Okay. No, I still cannot share. Can host give me access like Hasnan Zafar notebook? Do I need to stop sharing here first? Let's try. Because, oh yes, now I got it. Okay, thanks. So let me share. Okay, so this was the YouTube. Can I confirm you're seeing my screen now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, but it's a bit messy, right? So let me minimize all this. Okay, close this. Okay, so this was the Chat GPT. So let me copy this chat.openai and share the link in the chat, and you could try. Maybe you are lucky, you could actually get access. But I have tried in another machine. They say you just leave your email. When our server is back, we will let you know. Okay, so I have already shared the link, and if you want to try, just maybe you need a phone number and email ID to join in, and that's how it will be showing the limitation first. Like this would be the landing page. So they are saying that after November 2021, they stopped feeding into this algorithm, this version of algorithm. So it's not going live and checking, okay? So here, you left side, you can click new chat. And just now I was telling you about clinical documentation. Oops. Oh, it's saying that we are experiencing, high demand. That's why it's not showing me that okay, now it's showing. So I even asked ChatGPT how we can use IBM Watson to do diagnostic treatment in healthcare. So it start giving me, all these options. Then I copied this case, you see, and it actually gave me this, and I screenshot just now, Now, I asked him, how about option D, It's actually explained that in the bottom. See how detailed explanation is given. Now I change another case, and he actually started giving me all the options and what would be the consequences. Right? Anybody wants to try any question, let me know. I can type for you. Yes, I think if it's asking you to update your browser, yeah, because this is another way to block, because they are overloaded. If you ask me, in 5 days, 1 million users, So they are actually going to release the paid version soon. Yes, any question from the audience, and I can try and you can see the result. You can type in the chat, and I will type for you and ask ChatGPT. Yes, Dr. Taha, if you have a question, you can ask me. Or can I know anyone who can access? What is the best way to learn AI for medical student? Okay. What is the best way to learn AI for medical students? I purposely wrongly spell, okay? It will detect. That's the beauty. Yes, Dr. Adil, can you see answer to your question? So I think after this session, you are already familiarized with the basic, okay? Then you have to do some hands-on. So we actually planned this session to be in workshop, but overwhelmingly, we have like a lot of participants. So we could not actually convert this into workshop. So inshallah, maybe in future, we can actually go face-to-face and do workshop. So you see, you can use just one word. Elaborate. So it will redefine it. maybe into points. You have to be stubborn. You have to be smart. What is the limit of ChatGPT in medicine? Okay, the limit, I would excuse me, I would say that it's how difficult question we ask. That is the level of smartness of ChatGPT. So sometimes it happens. I have tried with few surgeons. First time the treatment given by ChatGPT is outdated. So I asked my colleagues, give him some clue, give him some hint. So they change one word and it start giving the latest treatment even. Okay. Right? So I just say elaborate. Okay, I can say I cannot understand. So it will actually start. Oops. See, it's actually trying to rephrase and give, right? Yes, someone asked about job opportunities for medical professionals. Huge, huge. You see, all medical educationists or medical professionals could be there to clean the data to be fed into AI algorithm. This is just, I'm giving one job, okay? There are many more jobs. If you notice, just now, AI algorithm was machine learning, right? But now you could intensify learning also by, you see, I'm giving a feedback. Okay, well done. And you can type in. So we are forcing the AI algorithm to learn more based from our own feedback. Okay. Any other question from the audience? And I can try. Let's challenge this ChatGPT. Okay. Come on, give me the difficult question and I can type here and see whether MDD in cardiology. So let's try that. MDT, sorry, in cardiology. So, Dr. Raida, I think if I pronounce correctly, is this what you want? What is the scope of AI medical education? Oh, okay. Just hold on. Yes. Any other question? So this is how ChatGPT actually works. And it could even give you multiple choice questions, Look at them. So you could ask, give me 5 multiple choice questions. Can you increase the difficulty level? It can do that. Okay, this is what I was trying, And even you could ask, like, give me, like, this is what I think one of the surgeon, I was working with him and we could actually test the knowledge, My first query to ChatGPT was how I can write a YouTube video title which can go viral. Okay, and I tried that, and I changed one of the YouTube video in my channel. After changing the title, wow, it goes not that viral, but at least the traffic was a lot, like more than 100 views in few minutes. That's gonna be a clever way for our professors to put exams. Yeah. So I would suggest, like, rather than asking answers from learner or from our students, we should ask them more like critical thinking, what type of questions you have asked to reach at this solution. So change the direction. Okay, create a clinical. Okay, I got that. So let me copy that. That would be maybe our last question to ChatGPT. question about heart failure. So let's try this. Dr. Adil, is it what you were expecting? Wow, okay. Yeah, so let me show you. And you could ask, oops, let me click this, how to manage this case. If you're giving Cherry same question, different occasion, it gives, no. It is, Dr. Amal, it is learning every time you are giving, it is learning, continuously learning and enhancing the algorithm at the back. So if you ask same question, it will give you different answers. Can we specify the source we want? Yeah, you can try that. So see, just now I was asking the management of the case it gives. So let's check with Dr. Adil, maybe if something's similar you are doing, then perfect. Okay, so please try ChatGPT. It's free, yet free, not yet. I mean, the free version is still available, you know. Okay. Somebody asked, is the omega-6-3 ratio still relevant within nutrition need, or it is specified? Oh, excellent start. Yeah. So you can always refine, you know, it's not going to replace us, still at lower level, right? Okay. Yes, Dr. Taha, I think we could switch to question answer sessions. ChatGPT, just go and let me stop this and share my slides. This side, okay, sound is there, right? Okay, so I repeat again, don't worry, don't be afraid. It won't going to take over us, okay? And I shared my YouTube channel to go and subscribe or share whatever you want. If you want to know more further, I do write some blogs and SlideShare will be there. These slides I can upload there on my SlideShare account. And this is a beautiful lake in Shah Alam. One of my friend, he's a photographer, so he took that. So those who have visited Malaysia, so you know, it's green everywhere. You know? So do visit us. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, dear colleague, Dr. Hussain. We really enjoyed the sessions, and we highly appreciate the efforts that you input in these sessions, so that keeps the sessions very informative for us, starting from defining the patterns and human memories, then with the ingredient of artificial intelligence, and then how the artificial intelligence work, the applications of artificial intelligence, and also you provide us with a good resource of the courses that we can do at the faculty, and in addition to the potential of integrating artificial intelligence into medical curriculum. Now I would like to take time for questions from our colleague. I will start with Dr. Raida, if I spell out your name correctly. You can just unmute yourself and ask the questions. Yeah. Yes, unmute yourself, doctor, please.
Not working. Okay, now, thank you.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum jami'an.
Wa alaikum assalam. Marhaba. Marhaba.
I am a cardiac surgeon, by the way, with interest in medical education. And I'd like to thank Dr. Hassanain for his excellent presentation. I was very pleasantly surprised, and I'm very happy to hear the talk, really, which is lean more towards health, something which make it even more close to what we really need today. 20 years ago, I wasn't far away from you, Dr. Hassanain. I was in Singapore. Right. And we used something called a camera holder, which is like a robot that holds camera for you while you're doing endoscopic surgery or keyhole surgery.
Mhm.
which really is a different, probably taking AI to a higher level, which is how to transfer the knowledge into a mechanistic thing in the clinical field. I know BMW now build their cars totally using robots, but
Robotic.
how far are we? How far are we from using real use of robot in surgery? Not the current robot, because the current robot is man operated, is held, the actual procedures held by the surgeon himself.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is, when do you think AI and robotics will be able to do an operation independent of human? Thank you.
Okay, thanks for highlighting that. I think this telemedicine or teleoperation procedure, yeah, it's like 20 years ago also I was involved with Multimedia University and Pantai Group. They were trying, and you're absolutely right. It is like kind of directed self or robotic treatment, you know, because someone need to control it. But lately, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years ago in China, in dentistry, they have done a root canal and even implant. So that done by robotic, completely robot arm. No human was there. So the surgeon was just looking and observing, and the result was amazing. Because what if that surgeon, excuse me, if that surgeon that day is a bit angry, you know, I always actually make jokes with dentists before they do any treatment with me to calm them down rather than they, you know, drill too much. So, but robots, every time they did perfect, and there are sensors. So I'm not sure about other areas, but even robots can do that, but still the trust. We are human, we are social, the social element of that. So still we need surgeon to, you know, give us hope and tell us, oh, surgery is okay and you will be fine. Okay. So yes. You are muted. You're muted. You need to unmute. Yeah, I cannot hear.
Can you please? Okay, thank you. Thank you again. I'm sorry. I turned my mic off and I couldn't reopen it again. I agree with you. I think it's very interesting because this the camera holder robot arm was voice operated, and when the surgeon get very angry, get very stressed, I think the voice recognition is lost. It becomes completely futile and useless. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Dr. Mona Sheikh.
Thank you very much indeed for a great answer. Thank you again.
Thank you, Dr. Hasnan, for this excellent presentation. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Taha, for making this possible. I have been involved in developing an algorithm to visualize or to detect ground glass appearance in COVID-19 CT scans of the chest. And we are about to publish that paper. Recently, we published a paper on how we needed a mathematician and a computer analyst. So the problem is that we are health professions, but we are handicapped because we don't have the know-hows on how to develop a full model that can help us in diagnosis. I think there's a big potential in triage in emergency room by pattern recognition, as you mentioned. I think there's a big potential in early detection of Alzheimer's, because now we know that by the time we diagnose Alzheimer's, the inflammatory process has started 10 or 20 years back, but we have no way to visualize it. In a proper diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, there is a lot of differentials, and sometimes we are not sure, and we empirically treat those patients. My question to you is about using ChatGPT as an item generator. What do we have to give the ChatGPT in order to produce the items? Is it enough to give the learning outcome?
Yeah. You should actually give me something and I can show you. Okay.
A differential diagnosis of SLE, for example, systemic lupus erythematosus. So if I just put that, then
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mona Sheikh. Mona Sheikh, she is Vice President of the Saudi Association of Medical Educations. We are very happy to have you with us. And before answer, I received one chat, and from our colleague, Dr. Muna. He's working on this area. If just would like to share your contact with him, he's Dr. Mohammed Abu Zaid from the College of Health Science, so that we can work together in such project, inshallah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Hassanin, can you respond, please?
Yeah. It was a pleasure to see Dr. Muna again, because we met in Lahore, in ICHP conference. Yeah. So very right. Yeah. You need statistician or even mathematicians to predict or do some kind of statistics behind the data, or I call actually as the data scientists or data engineers, So if you could get that, because it works on statistics data in language or when they are generating that. So in image, if you could actually train algorithm. The larger the number of images you have, the smarter your algorithm will be. But keep watching your algorithm, because it's like, I always give example of the old radio where we have to fine tune our radio station. Yeah. So sometimes you have the bigger knob and then there is a smaller knob if you are really into these radios, because I used to hear news when I was in Saudi, in Jubail. So every hour I go and tune up. So I was having a Russian radio, thanks to my father. He bought me, there were 3-4 knobs. So first knob, okay, but second knob will fine tune. The other knob will even clear the background noise and all that. Perfect. So it's all depend on how you adjust these weights in neural network or in your algorithm. So keep on watching, but you need to have your accurate result with you to benchmark it. The moment you achieve that accuracy rate, lock your algorithm and then test it with raw data, unseen data. And if it's producing results, perfect. Move on.
Thank you for the advice. Dr. Hasnan, now they have 7 schools in USA who's teaching at the bachelor level, medicine and engineering. And I think the graduates of these colleges are going to be the best candidates to develop AI, because we feel handicapped. We don't have engineering, we don't have computer analysis. I'm taking a course now, but I feel like like an elementary school. It's very hard, very tough for us. Thank you so much.
It's never too late, never too late. And just to let you know, and this, it remind me, like our foundation course in IMU, we are even teaching our students Python, R, all these languages.
I'm learning Python now, but it's really tough. So I want to look at your course. Maybe yours will be more palatable. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amina. I will ask Dr. Hamid Haj.
Thank you very much. It's a very interesting topic, and Dr. Hassanein presented it very well. I have a couple of related questions. So the first one is how to use ChatGPT, I would say ethically, to help you with a process rather than to create, the content for you. And the second one is how, like if you're an academic and you're asking your students to submit assignments, what to do to detect if they are using ChatGPT to do the work for them. I'm aware of like some programs, like there is something called GPT detector that can show you the authenticity of the work.
Yes. Yeah. When you're referring to process, what do you mean by that? Because just now I was asking ChatGPT, like when Dr. Adil put a question and I say, okay, what would be the management of this case? So it actually gives the process step by step. And even in surgery also, we have tried. In ENT also we did. And it gives step by step what you need to do. Is that what process you're referring to?
No, not really.
Okay.
I think, that question, that use is absolutely fine. You have a question in mind, you want ChatGPT to help you to answer it. What I was referring to as an ethical dilemma is that if you say you want to write an article, like to say that what's the link between X and Y, and
Yeah,
get ChatGPT to write it for you and then submit
yeah,
it,
yeah, I got
and
it.
then
Okay.
you know.
Yes. Okay. I think I'm belonging to a different, with all due apologies, I belong to different school of thought. I don't want locks. I don't want close everything. How many of you received this email from a journal that your article is great, research work is perfect, but you need to do a proofreading? And if you don't have any certified or expert proofreader, they can even suggest you someone, right?
Very common, very common.
Very common, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So where is our ethics at that time? Now we have technology, we start blaming them. With due respect, okay? We should not actually lock it down, okay? Even you, I would not suggest you to invest on technology to detect, because we will always be one step behind, because algorithm keep on changing the moment we key in data. So if you have a, even ChatGPT is released one ChatGPT 0 detection software, excuse me. So it actually detects and it gives you a number, you know, out of 10. If higher number is mean is AI generated. And some of the algorithm they detect to put digital signatures to detect. But I think we should not invest in that part. It's not fruitful, in my opinion. I might be wrong, you know. So we should actually find a way, go back. I think one of our colleague, Prof. Munir in IMU suggested, it's the same debate when calculators came in. So they were saying, no, not allowed calculator. But now every exam they allow calculator, you know.
Yeah.
So it will take
my
time.
question actually was really about the ethical use of it. With like, that's why I didn't want to say not to use ChatGPT, but I wanted to say the process, which means that like if I want to research this area and I could ask ChatGPT to help me to research it, rather than to that for me just to submit whatever ChatGPT did for me without me contributing at all, and then still claiming it that it's my work. So that's where the ethics come.
Ah, I see. I mean, that's on individual basis, right? Yeah. There was one article where they put co-author as ChatGPT. So yeah, so I think they will work on this area. Yeah, you're right. But if you ask me, let it open and work in positive side, how it will impact and enhance. Yeah, there will be always limitation. There will always drawback. Yeah, so let our governments or agencies to set the guideline, because certain schools like in US, in Canada and France also, they ban, cannot use. So that would be not the solution, right? Yeah. Anyone else if have
Thank
any
you.
answer?
Yes, we have
Yeah.
three questions. I'm
Please.
interested to know the efforts made by IMU in integrating artificial intelligence in undergraduate medical curriculum. If you can just let us know.
Yeah, just to update, like I was telling you, not even under like foundation, our foundation, we have incorporated Python, R programming, and even digital health. And we have launched our digital health bachelor degree and master's program also. And PhD is in pipeline. So we are aware of, and thanks to our senior management, their vision that we were working even 2 years ago, you know. And recently we have launched Digital Health Center of Excellence, you know. So all the team working under that center will be looking at, and we start maybe with the short courses, micro-credential courses, and they could stackable to degree programs and all that, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Hassanin. Dr. Adil, Al-Muslahi.
Thanks very much, Dr. Hassanin, for excellent and timely, it's really very interesting topic. And thanks for Dr. Talha for organizing this. I have one comment and the question. In the comment, For the first question, I think surgery, I wouldn't trust a machine completely to perform a surgery on me. And one of the reasons is like we have lots of variability in our structure. So I think like the machine needs to learn a lot to know all the variability in our structure to be independent from the surgery. So that's just a comment. The question I have is, what is the best way? Is there a guide, a best practice, the best way to get an answer from the ChatGPT? Like, you know, is that to say just a simple question is good, or to give it a little bit of background? What is the best practice of this? If you help.
Yeah, I totally agree with your first comment, and I think I also highlighted the social aspect and trust. Answering your second question, yes, the more complicated scenario you have created in your question, the more accurate and deep learning will happen in the ChatGPT algorithm, and it will give you more accurate result. But you could try. And I notice sometime the more I'm using ChatGPT on my machine, it is profiling me, and it is trying to learn who am I, what's my preferences. And if I ask same question on my machine, it will give me answers related to technology enhanced learning, e-learning, AI, because I'm searching on that. So if same question you ask, so you have to train ChatGPT from where you are coming from, you know, like, so you have to give background, then it will give you accurate. And if it did not give you accurate result, try to just click regenerate, or just say elaborate, explain. These are the words which it will go back and realign. Or even giving a clue will completely change the data set. ChatGPT will be mining for you. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yes, Dr. Taha.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Adil. Thank you, Dr. Hassanein. Yes, Dr. Shiva.
Yeah, good afternoon, dear Prof. Actually, your talk was very, very amazing, and it was an eye-opener. Because I think ethically this ChatGPT can create a lot of issues. One thing is that, like you said, in some of the article, ChatGPT was one of the authors. So like I think World Association of Medical Editors, they have come to a consensus in the third week of 2023, January, and they have written that ChatGPT cannot be the authors. And second thing, our concern is that now most of the faculty and authors will be utilizing this ChatGPT for the development of their writing content. So like we are definitely asking them to declare that, Prof, but like we don't know how transparent it is going to be. So in that case, the editors should be provided with tools which can detect the use of AI ChatGPT, how much it was used in the development, or even used to make the alterations in the project. Another concern is that like ChatGPT is very good application, and many of the students will be tempted to use that to do their assignments. Because my own son, who is doing the MPH in Cardiff, he was telling, Mom, I wrote it, and again I did it in ChatGPT, and it was so good. So like these are all the ethical concerns. I think maybe like you said, Prof, maybe with the time these things may get corrected, or maybe some good practice guidelines or something may come.
Sure. I think this is the question I heard everywhere. So I totally agree with you. But let me put a scenario, like, because as I was telling, I'm in a different school of thought. Because just imagine you go to general practitioner or our healthcare professionals. Once they are treating patients, they have access to information. Am I right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
They can even call up their friend in US if they are treating in Middle East. They can call even their professors that sir, professor or sir, that I could not understand this case. Can you help me? But why we are blocking ChatGPT when real life they can have access to any information? So I would suggest if you are going in an assignment-based assessment, change it. Or I think one of professor already suggested to mix up with some kind of formative assessment and check, is it the same student, the level of questions and level of assignment, is it the same level? So you could apply AI in your learning management system and can detect that the assignment is written by the same student because of his profiling or her profiling. So if there is any abrupt change, you can interview, you can ask them to present and validate that is he or she who have done this. So multiple ways of assessing student would be the future, rather than blocking them to this technology.
I know. And I think definitely they should develop some tools whereby we will be able to see whether they have used this ChatGPT, Prof. That will be great.
Yeah, the tool is there, but I mean, I don't want to name because there is another tool which claim to be like we are using in similarity index checking, but it's not 100% accurate. They need to update databases. So if in ChatGPT or AI-based similarity index checking, the tool will be always one step behind than the algorithm. So I won't suggest, I would say wasting of resources, rather than we innovate our
Australia, I think Australia, they have gone back to writing exams, I think, after this ChatGPT. They have not no more accepting.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
One of my friend already showed me there is a 3D printer. You can put a pen inside and they can write on a piece of paper. So you copy from ChatGPT, feed into that 3D printer, and it will be writing on a piece of paper and you just flip. So there is always a break. There is always a technology there. So don't go in that direction. Find an innovative
think that
way.
is professionalism. Professionalism that has to be there.
Yes, professionalism. That I agree totally.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Shiva. Yes, please, Dr. Ishraq Afrin. Dr. Ishraq Afrin.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, I would like to convey my appreciation that it was such a good presentation about all the applications and everything about the AI, which many people do not know. I am a postgraduate student in the field of physiology. I would like to ask if you can shed some light on scopes and applications of AI in the study of physiology, medical physiology. It would be really nice because most of the times we talk about applications of AI in diagnosis and treatment and all that. But what about normal study of a human body, if we are talking about medicine?
Yeah, I mean, what you really want to know that where AI can apply. So you need to guide me because then only I can answer you. Because AI, give me a scenario.
Okay, so I study human physiology.
Okay.
Medical human physiology, actually. I'm a doctor by profession and studying medical physiology. I'd like to know how AI can help me further my education or help teach better.
Okay. So you know what I'm doing? I don't know the answer. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm doing, I am asking ChatGPT to answer me. Okay. So let's get ChatGPT in action.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thank
then
you.
I will get back to you in a minute. Let him answer.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So it's saying predictive modeling, AI algorithm can be trained to analyze large amount of physiological data, such as electronic health records or wearable devices reading. Is that what you're looking at? Image analysis is saying like AI can be used to analyze medical images such as MRI or CT scan. So I think I have showed some of the applications in my presentation, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for how AI can help me study physiology better. I mean, there are so many normal physiological processes that are not yet being studied or under study. So how is it helping us study it better?
Yeah, so you need to merge AI with, I would say, even augmented reality or visualization, 3D modeling, and then AI could actually assist you in that. So you have to check. I always recommend, don't force technology if you don't have a problem. If you are using, whatever you're using is serving you, keep it, stay with it. Don't force. Technology may give you more problems, you know. So I yet to find what is your challenge. Then AI for sure will assist us, you know. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
No
Thank you. We can take one more or two maximum question. Yes, please, Dr. Nahid Al-Amin, unmute yourself and you can talk.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for giving me the chance. This opportunity. I just want to say something regarding the previous question about physiology, how to use the ChatGPT in teaching physiology. Actually,
yes,
if we are having integrated curriculum, we can use ChatGPT in formulation of some case scenarios. We can use it also to help us make some difficult questions in our exams. We can also use it in researching about new things, new advances in physiology. I think it will guide us to improve our curriculum, our content, and the things we are going to focus on.
Yeah,
it will be very helpful.
Thanks for giving me a clue. So while you were suggesting that, on my second monitor or second PC, I asked, so what ChatGPT sent me, how do the heart and blood vessels work together to circulate blood throughout the body? So you could actually show in augmented reality or virtual reality, you know, where you could dive in and you can see even walls working, you know, walls of a heart, you know. In real life may not be the case, but that's where, you know, and how does the respiratory system exchange gases between air and bloodstream? So just few of the questions which just now pop up. It gives me 10 questions, so I just read 2, you know, and yeah, list can goes on and on.
Yeah. Okay. Finally, I'd like to ask to thank you very much, Dr. Hassanein, for this informative, engaging webinar. I really enjoyed this webinars, and also I would like to extend our thanks and appreciation to all colleagues who join us in these webinars from different countries, from the regions and from worldwide. And inshallah, we are looking forward to have further collaboration at institutional levels. And hopefully, inshallah, we will invite you to do some sessions here in person. And I think this is a time to share the experience of both institutions. And if you'd like to say anything as concluding the remark, please, Dr. Hassanein.
Yeah, I think I would again thanks University of Sharjah management and especially to Dr. Muhammad Taha. We have been actually working on this for a few months, you know, and
Yes.
somehow it changes the topic, and then it so happened that he watched one of my video and he said, how about this idea, this topic? And I said, why not? So once again, and I really happy to see a lot of audience, and hopefully it's fruitful. And if you want to further collaborate, please just Google Hasnain Zafar Baloch and you will find me. And it will be our pleasure, to let IMU and University of Sharjah can collaborate, and why not? And that would be our pleasure.
Inshallah, we are going to work for that. We are going, inshallah, to send the recording of these sessions. We will cut the discussion part of the recording. So we are going to share these valuable sessions with all, along with the feedback form that we are using here in the College of Medicine or in the Medical Education Center, sorry, to evaluate the activities that we provide. Once again, thank you very much, Dr. Hasnain, and thank you very much all. Looking forward, inshallah.
My apologies. I actually, sorry, can I share the QR code now?
Yes, you can. You can.
I forget to share that QR code,
Yes, yes.
My apologies.
If you can share the QR code now.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Just give
please.
me a second.
Okay.
And please scan this QR code and do give feedback, because it was so nice. This.
Can you? Yes. Yes.
Okay. That picture actually, and I stuck. Okay.
Yes.
Please scan this QR code and give the feedback.
Okay, thank you very much all. Looking forward, inshallah, to seeing you very soon in one of the Medical Education Center activity. I'd like to also extend my appreciation and thanks to my team here in the Medical Education Center for organizing these workshops, namely Mr. Muhammad Ashraf for doing all organizations and technical support. Thank you very much all. See you inshallah soon.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks for the team behind, technical team.
Yeah.
no glitch, nothing happened. That's perfect.
Yes, exactly. And without their support, nothing will be implemented. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.